That would be
We
nice.
don't have like a CSL cast later on or nothing like that. But
Nope. I gotta take my mom to a birthday dinner because I didn't get to do last night.
oh, is it your mom's birthday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, I wish you would have told me. I would have tweeted her happy birthday.
I thought about tweeting it, but then I wasn't sure how many people I wanted knowing my mom's Twitter. It's like a secret.
It's Athena the cat, guys.
God damn it, Rick. Though, that like no matter how many times you say it, unless you actually like link it, like
Yeah,
no
I
one's
know.
gonna
No
click
one's gonna
on it.
actually. Okay, so anyways, it's game number 2 here for the Ting Open. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's the finals of the Korean group. Spawning in the bottom left side, fighting for his life. He's down 1 in the series. It's Patience.
For that scout. In the top right, as the red Terran, it is Ryung.
So Patience, without question, got wrecked in that game, and you could argue it was a build order win, it was a control win, it was a decision-making win, whatever. This is something out of Patience, though, where I'm wondering if he's just going to start doing what he did before. Slap down those pylons, say, I don't really care, I've got units on the ground, so whatever it is you're throwing at me, I'll be able to fight. Because I'm not going to lie, remiss and sad and all these terrible things, like if he were to straight up lose this series 0-3 to constant 1-1-1s and 1-base builds.
Yeah. That's kind of what I went over when you were totally agreeing with me all the time.
Well,
Was
this part's going to be in the VOD, so I look like the smart guy now.
that you do. Just that it's like one-on-ones are fun. I don't want them to be the end all be all. I don't want, everyone saying Terrans need a nerf, right? That's the most important thing. It could be the case, and unfortunately just it's patience that is the real problem here. Okay, patience just does not know, does not compute.
It's not just him though, so it's not even like we could say like he has no idea and like he's bad for it, but like literally Protoss right now are just kind of like, what's a Hellion? Oh, it's a
So
bad
many
thing.
we've cast other Protoss who have, yes, they have died to 1-1-1s, but just not as commonly as Patience has, because all the other Protosses that we've cast weren't actually Korean. So like the Korean Terrans are all about the 1-1-1 for whatever reason, but the European and the American Terrans, they're really stingy with their cheeses. Like whatever.
Oh, well, speaking of cheeses, not sure if this
Ayo.
is Gouda or Swiss, but it is going to be Dark Templar. Someone in chat commenting that I am very superstitious. Oh, you guys have no idea. I'm like for fun superstitious though. Like I'm not actually sitting here worrying about like a jinx, but it's like a sporting jinx, right? Like it's more fun to talk about.
Someone saying I should Alaska Winter says I should have told you about your camera being on, and he's Rick just would have been like, you can't see me. What are you doing?
Either way, all you would see is my glorious stretch marks and wonderful nipples, so whatever.
Stretch marks are can be cool. They're like
Yeah,
scars.
yeah, it looks like you
Scars are
fought
cool.
it looks like you just fought a tiger or something. You're like, yeah, what's
You know,
up?
I was looking at my face the other day, and I was like, what maybe look even cooler? That scar that goes through your eyebrow. So there's like a little like, hiccup. I always thought this looked so cool.
I like the sort of the cut on the nose scar on girls. I think looks cute.
Oh yeah, and then they put like the
The
band-aid over it
band-aid
like an
on.
anime character.
Yeah.
Eh.
Time to
What's up?
self-inflict some wounds to get a little attention. Ah,
Oh, that is
yes.
all types of. That's going to a dark area. We're gonna continue.
All right, so it is. I mean, we saw the Dark Shrine coming. We knew this was going to be the case. Ryung obviously has not scouted this yet, but with a Cyclone, or excuse me, 2 Cyclones, if he goes for even so much as 1 blind turret or just skips a mule to have energy, he should be okay for this. But truth be told, with the Cyclones out, it's going to be really hard to actually get the Dark Templar into the base. Those will zone out that Warp Prism really nicely.
The Cyclone has a tough job to do though. Like it really is. I guess that the just basically anything getting the Warp Prism to not drop off those DTs is quite a job. The missile turrets are coming down, so he just needs 1 in the front to protect his production. There we go, and he should be good. There are a couple of spots that DTs could maybe get in and kill a reactor or 2, but the missile turret, especially at the front, is something that a lot of Terrans might miss out, but Ryung's on top of things.
All right, well, a couple of DTs coming in. We'll see if this actually I mean, I can't imagine he gets shut down by this. There's turrets down, the scan's ready. Patience is it's not an overinvestment, so it's not like, oh my god, you lose the game by going for this build, but it is going to struggle to find damage. There's even a turret at the front. Ryung was like, I'm done with your bullshit, man.
Yeah, this is quite bad. I mean, you know that Patience, first of all, he can die to one base, so you do one base. And then second of all, you know that he likes DTs, so you prepare against DTs. Like, this is kind of what happened against Huck. By his losers match, his decider match rather, Masa had entirely figured him out and went from, you know, a 1-3 to a 3-0. It's just, I don't know. It really does seem like the pros, at least the ones that we're casting, are having a lot of trouble finding something that is good and standard and can get them to the long games every single game. But I mean, that's not necessarily reflected in like the other tournaments that are happening.
Well, the Warp Prism, not going to give up yet. I do think, though, for Patience, if he does keep dedicating to this, it will become not worthwhile. Because we've talked about this before, right? Like, a good fallback for this is Archons. You don't have to use DTs for the sake of DTs. For those who don't know the difference in costs here, DTs cost less gas than a High Templar, but more minerals. So, you know, it's different cost value. You've got more minerals and gas anyways than Legacy. So making just straight up Archons out of this isn't bad. There we go. Double Archons goes for drops with these. That's something a Cyclone's not going to deal too well with. Now, unfortunately, the bottom right side of the map, the Reaper is picking away. Blink did manage to finish, which is nice, but he's going to lose the Twilight and the Dark Shrine.
He's going to kill that. Is that it?
It's the
and then the Marines got the kill steal.
Actually, the pylon get denied means the DT gets denied too. Okay, so he's going to unload those Archons at the main. We'll see how much damage this can really get done. The Warp Prism, of course, not going to be around for too long. Actually, the Cyclone just has such garbage health.
Yeah. Well, if he had microed it, he might have been able to get the Warp Prism.
Well, he could also micro the Archons here too, which is kind of cool.
They're starting to lose out on their shields, so Patience is going to play safe. Now, losing the Dark Shrine.
Oh, the anti-air.
Yeah, just stay there. You're fine. So killing the Dark Shrine does give like a lot of relief to the Terran player. He also got the Twilight Council, which did manage to finish Blink, but not like Resonating Glaives. And of course, +2 is going to be a problem if he doesn't get another one soon here. You just have to go for 1-1, which pros usually don't want to do. The job hasn't done much more. Patience is trying to find it, but finds it unloaded, so has to be a little careful.
Well, I would like to see this Archon drop go back in, just because I want to see the effectiveness of it. But I do like that Ryung puts some missile turrets down, because regardless of whether it's an Archon drop now or it's a Warp Prism sneaking into your natural base at the 20-minute mark behind a giant engagement, like, you really don't want that Warp Prism doing anything. So the more turret coverage, the better. The problem is, of course, they're kind of expensive. You don't want to have to burn 1,000 minerals on turrets covering your whole base.
Yeah, you don't want to. A little bit of a wall coming down here. Patience has a very, very scary army, especially without ghosts to help out. The Wood of Mines would. They do not get to burrow.
But they do get hits on the Archon, that second one, so it's like an EMP takes out pretty quick, but there's still a big army for both players in this. Pulling SCVs is not an overreaction at all. Those two medevacs coming home, an absolute necessity to holding this.
That was like, they just came out of nowhere in the vision, and without the Adepts, without the Archons of Soak, the Blink Stalkers cannot take on a Bio army. No SCVs needed for this part of the fight. And Ryung does take a very nice lead here. He also has his upgrades, which once again, the Twilight Council has not been thrown down. So Patience is really, I mean, he's on 3 bases, which is nice, but it's like all in just based off of like tech and upgrades. He's trying to get an Immortal or 2 out, but he's not going to be able to get a Templar Archives either. Oh, there's no Storm or, you know, well, different Archons, I suppose. Well, yeah, no more Archons, because the Dark Shrine also died.
Yeah, he lost everything on the bottom right. If there was more Archons, this would actually be super sick for Patience. He is going to be fighting with a lot of control. Blink is good. Immortals are great. The Concave is kind of here, but he doesn't have to fight near the cliff. Like, he's taking a lot of very unnecessary damage, and Ryung's army is split up pretty much in half. I think if Patience had actually controlled that a little bit better, he could have taken a great engagement despite this army deficit. But the problem is for him, he's still focused on making this do or die, and I think it will be die if that ends up being the case. Like, he's got a third down. He could back away. He could just Walk away, man. Walk away.
He needed to use this mineral and gas council. I've already thrown down a Twilight Council, however. Like, and it just now is being thrown down as he backs off. The War Person's going to try and buy a lot more time. He's going to get a Robotic Spade at the same time, and I think that's a good move. He's not going to get up to Splash with Storm anytime soon, but he can get Splash with Disruptors. Yes.
Noises, things
Noises.
happening. So I guess, oops, as I bonk a couple things on my desk here. The Warp Prism, we already know it's not going back to the natural, and Marines are on the hunt for it. And it's gonna go down here. Nope, turns around.
No.
Oh, it's gonna go down over there. Oh no, it's a roller coaster ride of emotions. Picks up and drops the Adept too. Oh my god.
It's gonna go into the natural, which does have a couple of missile turrets ready to go. So
Even just
he's gonna be able to
unloading
unload his
some of the
cargo.
Adepts. Yeah, that'll be nice.
And
Unfortunately,
die.
will not get away. But all 4 Adepts do come out. However, there is Bio, there's a Liberator. This shouldn't be too bad to deal with. Okay, that's quickly cleaned up. Meanwhile, the army does maneuver on the other side of the map. Ghost Academy being placed down for some EMP action soon to be having. But for Patience, the best thing he has going for him is that there are no Liberators yet. Well, sorry, there's the one at home, but there's not really that Liberator army to deal with yet. So everything he has on the ground, this is actually manageable. But once those Liberators come into play, Patience's army, there's not enough Blink Stalkers. He's going to just slowly die to Liberators pushing up 2 at a time.
Yeah, he could have either or, Liberators or Ghosts, because Ghosts would also blanket this army and do a lot of work. And Ryung would probably win. But having both is obviously going to be ideal, including having those upgrades, as Patience only just starts as +2.
Upgrades. Yeah.
For having so many Adepts, his Resonant Waves isn't done. Like, that was an odd choice for him to warp in, realizing the Twilight Council was so late after being killed.
Disruptor Shot looking in for some hits. Not quite going to get them. Everything matters here for Patience. He can't make any mistakes because if he wins this fight, his counterattack is going to be really strong. But those Liberators starting to come out, as we see, create these zones in which he just cannot even fight. Marines being so annoying, just hit and run, hit and run. This base, the Nexus, might go down at this rate. He doesn't really have a way to get around it too easily.
Yeah. Loses a couple Blink Stalkers that misblinked. Oh, that Disruptor misses once again, thanks to the good splits from Ryung.
Yeah, it's not just good splits out of Ryung, but the Disruptors are really just not that good in the first place. Pushing through this with the Immortals, they're going to soak some of the hits, and their barriers will certainly help a bit, but the Widow Mine's going to keep these Liberators alive. Stalkers go down. GG.
Oh, that curse might be in effect.
Maybe. Ryung looking quite good, though. Better than many times we've seen him before, as he does take a 2-0